What's up? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be telling you all the rides at Silverwood Theme Park. Silverwood Theme Park is located in Idaho. Idaho, I think, or something like that. If you want to know what town it's in, check the description because it will be down there. But anyways, I'm telling you all the rides here. We're going to be starting with the low intensity ones and going up to the medium intensity and then the high intensity. But anyways, before this video starts, I'm going to say, if you like trains, go subscribe to my other two channels, M Roblox Rough Ending and M Train Vids. I'll be posting the M Train Vids later tonight, so stay tuned. And yeah, so yeah, okay. So we're going to start it off with the low intensity rides. Our first low intensity ride is the antique cars, your typical classic car style ride. Hop behind the wheel of one of our antique cars. These cars were made for those without a license. So you don't need to have a license to drive these. But you need to be probably at least, 10 years old to drive these. Next up is Barnstormer. This family fun ride gives you the feeling you're flying freely among the clouds, yet mild enough for all ages. Located in Garfield Summer Camp, Barnstormer sits 20 passengers and can easily accommodate adults as well as children. Next up is the Butterfly, which is their happy swing. Take a swing on the giant version of a playground favorite. Next up is Carousel, your typical carousel. You find a carousel in every park normally. The first ride you will see at Silverwood, the carousel is a favorite for all ages. Next up is Climbing Trees, located in Garfield Summer Camp. The relaxing climbing trees are a great place to relax and let your kids entertain themselves. Next up is the Ferris wheel. Sorry, nails bothering me. Ferris wheel. The classic of classic rides. Enjoy the ride on the sights from the Ferris wheel. Next up is Flying Elephants. Did someone tell you that elephants can't fly? At Silverwood, you can prove them wrong. Then you have the Frog Hopper, typical Frog Hopper style ride. Enjoy hopping on this miniature drop tower for parents and kids alike. Next up is the Kitty Copters, which is a kiddie ride. Will you stay low or fly high? As a pilot of one of your own helicopters, the choice is yours. Next up is the Kiddie Wheel, which is the kiddie Ferris wheel. Up, down, and around, you go on Garfield's Kiddie Wheel. Next up is the Puppy Go Round. Take a giant puppy on a magical ride as it barks on your command. Located in Garfield Summer Camp Expansion, the Puppy Go Round has the ability to allow adult and their child ride side by side and raise and lower their puppy during the ride. Next up is Red Baron, which is your typical airplane style ride. Will you stay low or fly high? As a pilot of your own vintage biplane, the choice is yours. Next up, we have the Steam Engine Train, which is the park's train ride. Be sure to take a ride on this historic engine number 7 and enjoy a trip around the park, including the backwood. But watch out, these parts have been known to see the occasional train route. Now we move on to our medium intensity rides. First up, we have Crazy Coaster, which is it's one of your Visa spinning roller coasters by the looks of it. This family fun ride spins you around as you ride the figure 8 track located in Garfield Summer Camp Expansion. The Crazy Coaster seats passengers back to back and can easily accompany adults as well as children. Hop on and go for a spin. Next up is the Paratroopers, your typical paratrooper style ride. A twist on its neighbor of the Ferris wheel. The Paratrooper offers a great view of the park and an enjoyable ride. Sorry. Next up is the Roaring Creek Log Flume. This is the park's log flume. A nice, relaxing, and dry ride right up until that drop at the end. That is. Next up is the Scrambler, which is the park's Scrambler style ride. Another ride for all of you spin fanatics out there. Prepare to spin with glee on the Scrambler. Next up is Thunder Canyon, which is the park's River Rapids ride. Routinely voted one of our guest favorites attractions. Thunder Canyon is a fast, fun, wild trip down a whitewater river. Chances of getting wet, about 100%. Next up is the Tilt-A-Whirl. Typical Tilt-A-Whirl style ride. The original spin ride. If spin is your thing, then this is the ride for you. And then we have the Tiny Toot Coaster, which is the park's kiddie roller coaster by the looks of it. For all those coaster fanatics in training, ride the miniature version of the thrill rides we have come to love. Next up is our high intensity rides. First up is Aftershock, a Vekoma giant inverted boomerang, originally Deja Vu at Six Flags Great America. The metal monster dominates the skies over Silverwood at 191 feet. This beast is really two thrills in one because not only takes you forward through a cobra roll and an inverted loop, it takes you backwards as well. Next up is Corkscrew, which is the park's aero corkscrew style ride. Originally located, this corkscrew came from Knott's Berry Farm. So if you remember Knott's Berry Farm, corkscrew is now at Silverwood. Originally opening at Knott's Berry Farm in 1975, the corkscrew was the first modern inverting coaster. This amazing coaster was not also the first to take rides upside down, and not once, but twice, as it moved through the double helix that is the highlight of this coaster. Now, Corkscrew took the record from that. Corkscrew at Cedar Point took the record from this corkscrew. There were 3 inversions. Next up is the Crazy Cars, which is the park's bumper cars. They're more modern bumper cars. Bumper cars like you've never seen them before. Ram, spin, bump, and crazy cars. Your heart's content. Next up is Panic Plunge, which looks like their drop tower. After being secured in your seat, Panic Plunge begins its measured ascension into the air as you slowly climb up this Goliath. There is just enough time to ponder what you have gotten yourself into before suddenly being released towards the ground. Next up is the Roundup, which is typical Roundup zero gravity style ride. Feel the G-forces as this ride overcomes the power of gravity. Next up is Spin Cycle. It is a giant inverted pendulum ride. It's the first of its kind in the world. A 104-foot tall thrill ride with a cylindrical shaped vehicle that seats 24 people facing outwards with legs dangling and only wearing a harness. Next ride I will talk about at the end of the video. Next up is Timber Terror, which is one of the wooden roller coasters at the park. Belonging to a genre of roller coasters known as air coasters, Timber Terror is sure to put plenty of air between you and your seat. It is giving this coaster thrills and chills on its own. Next up is Tremors, which is the park's other wooden roller coaster. Since Tremors opened in 1999, it has been one of the country's top-rated wooden roller coasters. As you leave the loading station, you slowly climb up the lift hill until you're 100 feet in the air, looking down into the first underground tunnel. Now for the ride that just opened this year in 2021, and that is Stunt Pilot, an RMC single rail coaster. I believe it is a clone of Railblazer and Wonder Woman at Six Flags, but I think they made a few adjustments to it. New single rail coaster for 2021. Jump into the cockpit of a pit special biplane as this single rail coaster climbs over 105 feet into the sky and dives toward the earth below. I think it's a clone. I can't assure that though. And it has cool white track that sticks out and red supports. So it has a good color scheme. And this just opened not even a week ago, maybe 2 weeks. But anyways, that's it for today's video, guys. We only have one more park in Idaho, then we're done with Idaho, and then we move on to Nevada, which is going to be another longer one. If you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. I'll see you next time. Subscribe with post notifications. Bye.